Okay, I said in this next step we would do the add it to the scene, but there's one more thing we've got to do. We've got to add the disc brake and the caliper, or the part that stops the truck. And this is real simple, and all you do is add a disc, downsize it to about right there. That looks pretty good right there. Drop it down a little bit so it's just under the right there. And what we're going to do now is hide the objects manager, and hide this, and then drops down this, and the rim still shows up. We don't want that, so let's deselect these green areas right here. Just clear them out. There we go. And the disc we're going to leave like that. It's set up pretty good like that, so we want to go ahead and push to make it editable. And we want to go to take this one out, the middle one, and this one right here, and do extrude. Extrude one time, a little tiny bit, and then one more time, and pull that up like that. Okay, that's good like that. And then extrude one more time, just to give it a little bit of an edge to it. And then go ahead to your line tool, loop selection, select this edge out here, and extrude just a little tiny bit, drop it down, and extrude one more time, and then drop it down like that. And I like to do things where it's a little bit more detail to it than that, and extrude one more time, and scale it in. There we go. And there's our disc part of the brake. And next what we want to do is add the caliper, or the part that squeezes down the brake to stop it. So just do a cube, and let's size it down to where it fits it. Go to top view, go ahead and do display, and let's do show the lines. Scale it down again, pull it over to about right there, and let's go to attributes. Let's go back to object mode and select attributes, select the cube. And what we want to do is go to perspective. Let's go here. So we want to see what we're doing. And we want to add 3 cuts there, and 1, 2 there, and then 1, 2 there. Okay. And go ahead and shrink it down a little bit while we're here, and shrink it down a little bit like that. Okay, let's go top view. This is going to be a really simple one. And go ahead and push make editable, and then go to points, loop selection. Make sure that the only select visible elements is unchecked. Downsize that. Grab this one, and this will grab that whole row right there. Pull it this way a little bit. I'm going to grab these, pull them this way a little bit. Then you want to take this outside ones and these outside points. You want to scale them. Like I said, we're going to make a simple caliper. I'm not going to do anything spectacular. Loop selects like those, scale them out just a little bit, and grab that one in there, and grab these and pull them out like this just a little bit. Looks pretty good so far. And what we want to do now is go to polygon mode and select these tops polygons right here. Okay, go enter extrude, just a little bit like that, and then go to your extrude tool, extrude in just a little bit, and extrude one more time, and use your scale tool, scale it in to about right there, and go back to extrude tool again, and pull it out a little bit, and we're going to leave it just like that. That's all we need. If you want, you can add more detail to it, just play around, say whatever you want. If you want to make it more detailed, you can. And I'm only going to do that side because it's going to be facing out, and we want to add one more little detail to it. Go to line tool, and we're going to cut here, and let's go ahead and see what it's looking like in the hyper nub. So let's go ahead and drop the disk and drop the disk into the cube. Well, no, let's don't do that. Let's just drop them both in here into the null object down here. lighten them up so we can see what they look like. And select that, go to the attributes because we want to see what they look like, and go ahead and turn that back up to 2. And it'll give us our basic shape. So that looks pretty good so far. We've got some not so perfect round edges right here. We don't want that. So go to your object window again, select the cube, go to polygon mode, do loop selection. Let's see what we get here. If we get, yeah, that's what we want. And go ahead and extrude one little tiny bit, and that gave us the edge there. Excellent. So what we want to do is loop selection again, right there. And actually we want to go ahead and extrude, if it'll let us do it. No, it's not. It's going to be the edge there. All I want to do is pull this in just a tiny bit right here. So we'll actually go to F3 view, side view, and we'll actually just go in here, get a close up of it. Do your rectangle selection tool and grab these right here and just pull them in. There we go. We just want a little bit. We don't want a lot because we're not going to have a lot of detail, just to give it a little bit of depth. If you want, go ahead and do the inner extrude one time to give it more of an edge. Oops, I did too much. There we go. And there's our caliper, or whatever they call it. And go ahead and select it all, or just go ahead to model mode, F3 again. Let's move it down a position and size it up some so that it fits on the brake, disc brake part of the brake. Let's go to F2 top view. Let's line up pretty good. All right, we've got it pretty good. So let's go back to our object window, and let's name that this. I'm going to just name it CLB brake. And disk, we're just going to leave it disk because that's the perfect name for it. And we're not going to put the holes in here. We're just going to leave it like that because you can use texture for that to make it a lot easier. But if you're going to do a super detailed model, you probably want to put the holes in it. But we're doing a lower detailed model, so we're going to leave it just like that. Now let's go back over here and to the Objects Manager, and let's make everything visible again. There we go. Select the hypernub, and let's drop this down to 0. Alrighty. Now, what we want to do here is go ahead, make sure everything's lined up pretty good. Go to top view. Looks pretty good. Everything looks really good. Everything's lined up pretty good. Let's check it from the bottom side. Pretty good. We actually need to drop that down a little bit. So go back to objects mode. Select the caliper and the brake, disc brake. And we're going to pull it down just a little tiny bit. There we go. So we're like putting it on the actual vehicle. We're not doing a detail. We don't need to do the lug nuts or where the lug nuts connect up. Okay, we've got that right there. Okay, there we go. The attributes are good. Go to object window, select this, copy, and let's go back to our main scene where we're building the truck. If you don't have it open already, just navigate to your wherever you saved your scene that your truck that you're making, and open it back up, and then push Control V. Our tires in the scene. Let's pull it out. A little small, but we'll fix that. Pull it this way a little bit. F3. Okay, and let's save our scene right here.